Hello and welcome to the Coon Hunting University podcast. This is your host, Tyler Duncan, and like always, class is in session. Hey y'all, so Coon Hunting University is brought to you by Superior Light Company, best lights in the business. If you don't believe me, go check them out, nighthunters.com. Use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout and receive almost $20 off Hellcat Max. But that code is good for any Superior light on that website and the battery tester, which works with the Hellcat Max. So go over there and check them out. So today on Coon Hunting University, we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be at the Mississippi State hunt. You're going to hear from multiple people, and it's my first time doing anything like this, and so I kind of had to splice it all together. So if it just jumps to the next person, I'm sorry. But there's some good information captured on this, and it was pretty cool to be able to set up and record this at the Mississippi State hunt. This was the UKC Mississippi State hunt. So it was pretty cool to be able to record all this. But I hope y'all enjoy it. You'll hear names like Eddie Simmons, Mr. Robert Stark, Jeremy Purvis, Josh Green, just to name a few, couple other people. So y'all sit back and enjoy. So we're sitting here at the Mississippi State hunt. I'm joined by Mr. Ronnie Stark, who is the vice president of the Mississippi Raccoon Hunters Association, right? And
That's correct.
Mr. Eddie Simmons, whom you'll remember from episode number 3. So, Mr. Ronnie, tell me about how this hunt came about and how'd you end up, with the $4,000 added, because to my knowledge, there hadn't been a UKC State hunt have that much. I mean, that's really impressive that y'all have done that.
Well, we did a lot of fundraisers through the year and building our bank account up for these hunts, and we giving this away this year, and hopefully we'll break even on entries versus the money we pay out, and then all the other money that we make up, we're using it for the youth hunt. We give a lot more for the youth than what we do the state hunt. So.
And that is awesome. Do you know of any, Mr. Eddie, that have done that as far as that big of a purse for UKC for a state hunt?
That's the biggest UKC hunt I've ever heard of myself. Now, down south for sure. They may be some in other locations, but as far as I know, that's the biggest I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that is awesome.
It's definitely created a lot of people wanting to come over here and hunt and get together.
Yes, I mean,
sure work.
It really, and it's drawn a lot of attention, positive attention to this area, and it's awesome. So, what all is the Mississippi Raccoon Hunter Association? What all do you entail? Are you kind of like the Mississippi Dog Hunter Association in any way? Do you have any?
Yes, we are. We do. We represent the coon hunters in the state of Mississippi. All coon hunters, whether they're a member or not. The Mississippi Raccoon Hunter Association is the reason that we're able to coon hunt during turkey season now. In the past, you wasn't able to coon hunt during turkey season, and they lobbied and got it passed so we can coon hunt during turkey season. And that's what we're doing. We've had a couple of things come up recently that we have gotten stopped, some laws that were going to be harmful to the coon hunters, and so we've got some of those been able to contact all of our state representatives and able to get some of that stuff stopped to be able to keep hunting the way that we've been hunting in the state.
I know all the coon hunters in Mississippi for sure thank y'all for what y'all do and for keeping an eye on the laws and everything that affects us, because we still love this coon hunting, and without y'all helping take care of us, we would be in trouble. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir, and I second that. I'll piggyback. I mean, thank you so much for that, really.
And, there's been a lot of talk in the past about this being a UKC organization. It's not actually a UKC organization. Yeah, we hold UKC hunts, but we're also giving $500 to the PKC State Hunt this year for added purse for their open event. And we work for everybody in the state, whether you're a member of this association or not. But it's very important that people become members, because when we go before the wildlife committee or before legislation, the number one thing that they look at is membership, how many members you have. And if you've got 100 members, you're not going to pull very much weight with the wildlife committee or the state representatives. But if you've got 1,000 members, 1,500 members, that carries a lot more weight, and you'll have a lot better chance getting what you need in legislation.
Well, Ronnie, I got a question, and I guess a statement. Whenever I get around someone that's selling those memberships, I always buy one, and most of my hunting buddies. Is there any other way that if we're not at a hunt with a representative there, is there a way for somebody to get a membership?
Yes, there is. You can go, if you go on our Facebook page, Mississippi Raccoon Hunters Association, you can ask about joining there, and one of the officers will get in touch with you, or we can, I can give you the address right now of where you would mail your membership to.
Yeah, and I shared a post from the Mississippi Raccoon Hunter Association on the Coon Hunting University podcast Facebook page. So if you can't find it, you can always go on there, and you can find it. It was talking about this state hunt, and I shared that. So
right.
Anybody that's listening to this wants to, and so you can go on that. If you like that Facebook page, you can find the Mississippi Coon Hunter Association Facebook page pretty easily.
Yeah, the address is on our Facebook page, and it is J.J. Potts' address. He's our secretary. The address is 837 County Road 224, Water Valley, Mississippi 38965. The membership is $20 per person.
And so while we're talking about youth hunts, the Mississippi UKC youth hunt is in December, right?
That's correct. It's going to be in Coffeyville, Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah, and the PKC will be coming up in March, right?
Yes, it'll be there in weekend in March.
Yeah.
That's when we'll be there.
Yeah.
And we definitely hope y'all will come down there for that.
Yeah,
maybe sell some memberships and tell everybody about.
Yeah, we'll do our best to try to make it. And I've been wanting to come every year, and it's something's always been keeping me away. But yeah, we'll try to get some people down there this year.
Well, that would be
help
great.
out with
We're
that.
hoping to have a new, bigger turnout this year since everything's settled down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for at our youth hunt this year. We got a lot of good prizes. We're planning on giving a lot of prizes to the kids. We're going to start. It's on December 4th in Coffeyville, Mississippi. We've got a starting activities around 12 noon. We're going to be cooking and feeding the kids. Everything is free. No entry fees for anything. We're going to have a drag race, treeing contest, coon squalling contest, then a licensed UKC bench show and licensed UKC night hunt. Steve Fielder, who is he was the former head of UKC hunting operations, and then he went to work with PKC for a few years. He's retired now, and he's coming up, and he's going to be our guest speaker. So
okay, that's awesome. Yeah. I talked to Mr. Steve.
Steve does a great job speaking to the youth and talking to them about how to win and sportsmanship and winning the right way, and that's what we need.
Steve was a guest speaker at the PKC Youth World Championship to the youth hunters and did an outstanding job. It was he's a class act. He is top of the line.
Definitely.
Yeah, he is. He's a great guy. And he has a podcast, too. It's called Gone to the Dogs. That's his, I've read his book as well, and it's also titled Gone to the Dogs. So anybody that's listening to this hasn't listened to Mr. Steve's, go over and check it out. But so what are y'all combating right now? Anything in the legislation that we should be, keen to?
There hasn't been anything brought to our attention. We're a small organization and don't have a lot of money to pay a lobbyist at the state. I've got a friend who is a lobbyist at the state, and he understands, he knows, he deer hunts, and he understands about hunting, and he he has agreed to watch for anything that will come up for us and can call me and let me know. So hopefully, we can head things off that way if anything comes up.
So what about any proactive actions right now? Anything coming up? Or
we don't have anything going on right now. If anyone has any suggestions or any ideas, we'd be glad to listen to it and try to present that to either the wildlife committee or the state legislator, whoever it needs to go to, and try to get it passed.
Yeah, and honestly, Mississippi does a pretty good job. I mean, it's not as handcuffed as some of the other states,
That's correct. We're in, I think, due to the work of Mr. Leonard Birchfield and Peter Rouse and some of them in the past, I think the coon hunters in Mississippi is in great shape right now. And we have some great hunting. We've got some of the best hunting in the nation, probably, in some of the places that we have. And, we have the Winter Classic in Batesville. That has brought a tremendous amount of money into the state of Mississippi. It's several $1 million in revenue comes into the state every February for that hunt. So.
And then, like the truck hunt, I know that that's a big hunt been happening in Mississippi. The PKC pup and senior hunts happen in Mississippi, and I know you're a big part of getting the guides and helping out for that hunt also, Ronnie.
Yes, I have been in the past, and this past year they wasn't able to go to the casino because of COVID, so I found a place for them to have the hunt, and we held the hunt in Batesville, the same place that we have the UKC Winter Classic.
This time of the year with dogs, have y'all been contacted by anybody that's had a dog shot or anything like that?
We haven't recently. We had a dog shot at the Winter Classic this past year.
Really?
The dog was not injured bad, and the bad thing about it, these guys were walking toward the tree. They were hunting on Corps of Engineers land, and the dog had came just off of the Corps land and was on the edge of the private property. And of course, these guys were walking toward this dog, and this guy shoots from his house and shoots this man's dog at the tree. And fortunately, the dog was not injured very bad, but the guy was. Cool heads prevailed. The hunter did what he had to do. His dog came to him. He came back to us. We got law enforcement involved. The guy was arrested, and he was prosecuted.
I mean, what if they'd have been standing around the tree?
That's right. I mean, they could have been walking up that tree, and he could have hit somebody just as easy as he did that dog.
That is just... I mean, there's one thing to shoot a dog, but it's another thing to just shoot up in there amongst the dog, from your house.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
I've had one shot and kill off of a tree, and I did what I had to do to keep calm and got the law involved and did things the right way and prosecuted the guy that shot my dog.
Sure. Well, I tell you, Ronnie, we sure appreciate, I love coon hunting. Been doing it for a long time. And to have y'all taking care of us with the legislature the best y'all can and everything means a lot to me and to all of us. And we sure appreciate it. And we thank you for that.
Thank you. If anybody has anything coming up, if they know of something, it may be something in their area. It may be like a WMA that's being closed to coon hunting in that area. That's happened from time to time, and Mississippi Raccoon Hunter Association has changed, got some of that stuff changed. So if anybody out there, anybody in the state knows of any situations like that, and they want to get it changed where they can coon hunt that government land and not just keep it blocked off for deer hunting or duck hunting or whatever the case may be, let us know and we'll do what we can to try to get it changed.
So, one thing I always think about is that we don't have the registries probably proactively do stuff for coon hunting, but we don't have a national association, and
That's correct.
I feel like we would we would benefit from a national Coon Hunters Association. You know, I don't know. You know,
You're probably correct on that. That's something I haven't considered, but yeah, that would not be a bad thing, because if you have something going on and you have a meeting and you have a representative from 25 other states around you that comes in and says, hey, this is the way we do it in our state, and it's worked well for us, you know, it can't do nothing but help you, you know.
Yeah. Do other states ever reach out to the Mississippi Coon Hunter Association? Do other states have associations like y'all do?
Other states do have. The Kentucky Houndsman Association is probably the strongest association that I know of in the past. Indiana has a real strong association too.
Yeah.
And we're trying to, which we've had a strong association in the past, and it sort of died down, but we're trying to get it built back up, trying to get a lot of people back as members, and trying to do things to benefit the coon hunters and be able to keep doing this for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking the time to come over here and talk to us. And
oh, you're welcome.
Tell us before we log off, let's talk about your coon hunting for Christ. People.
Okay, one other thing, that youth hunt is in Coffeyville, Mississippi on December the 4th. The bench show, the UKC licensed bench show, will be at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And the UKC licensed night hunt will be at 6 p.m. And all dogs that show or hunt will be eligible for UKC wins. And all entry fees are free. And like I said, we're going to start at 12 that day doing events. So the more people shows up, the merrier.
Yeah, and that's great. And I love to see that we do have the youth hunts here in Mississippi.
Absolutely.
It really is. I mean, you know, it's one thing to have it on a national level, but to be able to have it on the local level, I think it means a lot more. I mean, the national level means a lot too, but, you know, you can get more involved when it's a local level.
Sure.
I feel like, you know, normal, you know, when I'm layman people, you know, can get, you know.
And to see the kids' faces, and they love to talk about their dogs. They love to get involved. And my thought on that is, once a club starts having a youth hunt, they'll be planning for next year pretty quickly, because the rewards is great.
Before I let you go, I know you got to go up here and take registries for the hunt. So tell me about the Coon Hunters for Christ and what all goes into that.
Coon Hunters for Christ was started in the 1990s by Mr. Joe Brooks from Texas. He would go to the hunts. He would share Christ with people. He would hand out Bibles. He always gave these little crosses. He would go around and hand out these crosses to people. And those crosses, I see them today still, people handing those crosses out. But Mr. Joe was, he would hold church services at the PKC World Hunt. And then after Mr. Joe died, some other people had taken up Coon Hunters for Christ. And like everything, people get busy, and it just sort of died down. There wasn't a lot being done with it. And then Bob Osborne and I, we talked about Coon Hunters for Christ and about trying to start something back up. So Angie Meeks, who is the daughter of Larry Meeks, who used to own PKC, she had control of everything. And Bob called and talked to her. She turned everything over to Bob. And we've got, at some hunts we set up and sell T-shirts and give away Bibles, and we, share the word. We'll pray before hunts. A lot of times they'll call us and want us to come up and pray before a hunt. But we just try to share Christ with people. And PKC has a page on their forum, Coon Hunters for Christ. So I share devotions on there a good bit. I don't do it as much as I should, but I share a lot of devotions on there, and it's being read by a lot of people. You can go on there and look today and see how many people have read something how many people have viewed this, and then you go back a week from now and look at how many people have viewed this, and it amazes you at the number of people that actually read those devotions on PKC's website.
Man,
you do a very good job on that, Ronnie, and I sure enjoy reading it. And at the bottom of your post, I remember what it says, but won't you tell the listeners what the bottom of your post says?
It says, "This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us."
And sharing God's word, I think, which I know is what we're supposed to do. And you do a good job doing that, and it's very appreciated.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you so much, man.
Well, without Christ, nothing we do would be possible. You know, everything comes from him. All of our blessings come from him, and we have to give back to him. And you gotta, if you have the opportunity to share God's word and you don't do it with someone, then you're in trouble.
Yeah,
So,
you're right, and you are correct. I completely agree. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
It was great to talk to you. It really was.
Yes, sir.
I know
Thank
you're
you.
busy. Yes, sir. Coon Hunting University is brought to you by Superior Light Company. Use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout at nighthunters.com. If you're in the market for a new light, do not overlook Superior. They make the best light in the business. The Hellcat Max Flat Dark Earth Edition is awesome. Comes standard with the new and improved high-intensity green laser. Comes standard with the newest design and dual walking light modules, offering the brightest walking lights currently available on the market, bar none. And it comes with your choice of red or true amber or double red color module technology. The Hellcat Max new module design reduces weight without sacrificing burn time or brightness, resulting in an overall weight of just 20 to 24 ounces, depending on your cap selection. The Hellcat Max offers the newest battery technology, which allows for 5 hours of continuous main beam burn time on the highest setting and over 10 hours of highest auxiliary light settings. All controls can be found on one easy 9-position click switch, and all Superior lights come with a 2-year warranty, are made right here in the USA. So check out Superior Lights. Use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout at nighthunters.com. Thank you to Mr. Jamie, Mr. Sam at Superior Lights for supporting Coon Hunting University podcast and making this podcast possible. So I ask all the listeners, if you could, please go over there and support Superior Lights. Use the exclusive discount code that is only available to Coon Hunting University podcast listeners, CHU podcast. Superior, step up to the max. Now back to the show.
I'm Harry Walter out of Ellisville, Mississippi. I've been doing this about 40 years, and hunting with all them old timers, Joe Stroud, Jesse Stroud, all that bunch, and just come down, check this place out, see what's going on.
Yeah, and you're not hunting tonight,
No,
right?
I'm not hunting. I got some stuff I got to work on, you know.
How many dogs you reckon is going to be here tonight? You reckon we're going to have a good turnout?
I've heard, you know, of course you never know, I've heard 100 dogs. Maybe not tonight, but total, maybe. I mean, there's going to be a pile of dogs.
Yeah.
Should be some from out of state.
Yeah, I figured because
Should be.
You don't hear UKC doing that too much.
No, it's close to Alabama,
Yeah.
not too far from Louisiana. Should be a good turnout.
Yeah, it is, and you got a lot of hunters just around here too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
This is kind of a hotbed.
They were maybe asking me if I wanted to take a cast back, but it's an hour and 15 minutes, just a little bit far.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe we can get them all in the woods.
Yeah, I think we should, and if we're gonna put them in a boat if we can't.
That's right. Oh,
I got my boat, so
Yep.
I'm ready to rock and roll. So we were talking about Reject, and he's throwing some nice puppies. Obviously, you're over there with right by Mr. Mark Summerall.
Yep, he is. If I was in the walker business, that's where I'd go. I've been around him and those dogs for a few years now, and around Wimp, you know, up at Pontotoc, and they're the real deal. I mean, they are. Every one of them don't make world champions, you know, like anything, but a big percentage of those dogs turn out to be nice dogs, and they're smart. They're easy to put a handle on. You don't have to beat on them. Just they're nice dogs.
Yeah, they are, and I want to get Mr. Wimp on here one day. Man, I'd love
He's 89 and hunting 7 nights a week.
Yeah. I talked to Mark about getting him on here, not long ago.
Right.
And now I got this new setup. It'll be a little bit easier for me to get with him because I can just do a phone call and I don't have to go through
He don't get up till about 1 or 2 in the evening, so don't.
Yeah.
It don't do no good to try to get a hold of him.
That's what Mark says. He sleeps in every day, but
he'll teach you a lot. He hunts in a special way.
Yeah.
We went up there one night. He turned 4 dogs loose, and he had a 6-foot rope on all of them. I said, "Man, you're gonna get your dogs hung up now." He said, "That's what I catch them with. Keep them having to what. I just hunt them with a rope on them."
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hunts them with a rope.
Yep. Young dogs. He said it just gives me a way of controlling them till I get a good handle on them and all. So.
Yeah.
It taught me something.
Do you like him reject puppies better than the repeat? You think he's throwing nice puppies from repeat?
Repeat pups hard to beat.
Reject is a repeat.
Yeah, they're a lot older, and you can tell more about them right now. Most of you reject puppies are young, but they're still doing good. But it's repeat those, and in fact, Wimp told him, Mark, he said, repeat those better puppies than he is. He throws a lot better pups than what he is.
Yeah. Well, that whole litter that repeat was out of was that cross was Homer, man. That dude, that dog he was a reproducer. And didn't even really, 400 and something puppies, but
That's
he's,
right.
Yeah,
That's
bone
exactly
collector, right. You got that whole, you had Horton Bullet out of that
you start looking
Lockbox.
at all these stuff that's winning, it's going to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Down the line, it's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
First one I had was out of Bark.
Okay.
And he was just a natural.
Yeah.
Of course, I always raised my dogs loose on the yard with a cur dog. It gets them hunting, gets them treeing, and then I shut him up. Well, I left him out a little bit too long. And one day he didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I never saw him again, so somebody picked him up.
Yeah.
But he was nice.
Yeah.
He was.
Old Bart. So, no, because Homer was out of Fred and his sister and
then
Fred's mama.
I think Pete was out of Bark, wasn't he? Maybe. I can't.
No. Pete was out of Hub's Homer.
Okay.
Repeat was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, that's how that worked,
That's right. Yep.
Because him and Bone Collector was half brothers.
That's right.
Yeah. And then Lockbox and him were full brothers, and so was the Bullet Dog was full brothers
you cross
with him.
over reject over in Bone Collector dogs, you got something.
Yeah. You getting tight there.
That's right. Oh, the one I got's tight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is tight.
Yeah. But they doing good.
Yeah. Oh, reject. I know Mr. Mark was hunting that young dog off of him last year. That was real nice. What, Slim?
Slick.
Yep, Slick.
Yep.
He made him night champion.
Oh, yeah. And
quick. He wasn't about 14 months old.
Yeah, if he was that old.
Yeah.
He's got a pup right now called him Sweet 16.
Okay.
Because he's out of a Queen 16 litter.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Of course, I call mine 16 Bells.
16.
Okay.
But
he won. He's won 2 or 3 casts already.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're coming on.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
The black dog I got, the crossbred out of Lippers Rex, which that's what the Schooner River dogs are.
That Lipper bred, yeah.
But he's a grand pup out of Lipper.
Okay.
Of course, Rex is a semen pup.
Yeah.
And I'm about to send him back to Michael Martin.
Yeah.
And Michael killed 50, 60 squirrels a week with him.
Really?
And then 3 coons at night.
Cool.
So I hadn't been hunting him, and I got to send him back.
Yeah.
So he's wanting to hunt him, and I said, hey, just.
So now I have Draven Sullivan here. He's on the board of the Tree and Walk Breeders and Fanciers Association. Draven, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Draven Sullivan. I'm from Yazoo City, Mississippi. I grew up hunting walker dogs, and I've always gone to some of these bigger hunts. And I got hooked up with some guys that were on the Walker Association board and from Wisconsin. And it kind of led from there. I went to I've been going to Walker Days the last couple of years. And they asked me if I wanted to represent Mississippi on the board, and as a director. And I told him I'd be glad to. Like I said, I've always hunted Walker dogs, and that's my breed of choice. And
So what are you hunting tonight? What dog?
I got a 19-month-old pup, Dixie Lynn. She's off of some big money stock, independent dog. And sometimes she has a coon, sometimes she don't. We'll see.
Yeah, Jeremy just cracked a joke and said that's all them Walker dogs. Huh?
I hear you. Yeah. Well, you know, she might not tree them all, but she'll tree a few of them.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. So what do y'all do? What do you do as a representative from Mississippi?
We go to several hunts a year, and Mississippi, they want more and more sectionals. The Walker Association wants to get more sectionals down in the southeastern part of the U.S. There's a lot of them in Ohio and Indiana and up northern. And so they kind of want some people, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, to put on some more Walker sectionals and just grow the Walker breed as a whole. I can't remember exactly how many memberships we got, but we're just trying to grow the Walker Association and put on some hunts, particularly Walker sectionals, which you can get qualified for the Lee Crawford. And the Walker Days is in Indiana. It's a really, really nice place to tree some coons. There's a lot of coons in Indiana, northern Indiana particularly. But just to grow the Walker breed, put on as many hunts as we can, Walker sectionals.
What's your plan for sectionals here in Mississippi going forward?
We got in the works for next year. We got a few that we're going to try to put on, and we're going to try to spread them out throughout the state. Not all in the northern part of the state, not all in the southern, maybe some in the middle. I know Alabama's putting on a few. Kyle Shelton out of Alabama, he's on the Walker Board Association as well as the vice president. He's getting a few hunts put in Alabama, so we're going to try to do the same over here in Mississippi. I don't think we had but one or two this year.
You going to participate in the bench show?
I'm not a bench show guy.
No, me either.
Not a bench show guy. I don't I like to watch it. I will watch it.
How many dogs are you predicting is going to sign up tonight?
I'm going to go with 68.
Okay.
Hunting.
68.
68.
All right. That's an exact number right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You got. Do you know something I don't?
Well, Jeremy said there was going to be 100 plus. So
I figured, because I think you're going to draw a lot of people out that aren't typically, going to hunt UKC maybe, especially like even around here,
Well, being in Loosedale, you're probably going to draw a lot of people from Alabama, southern part of Alabama, so that'll be good. And even Louisiana's not that far away, so
no. It's just,
that'll be awesome if 3 states represent.
Yeah, and for $4,000 I had it for a $35 entry. And they have some good
really
hunting
nice.
around here too.
They do.
They
do.
We'll get Bubba over here. You know Bubba?
I don't know Bubba. Never met a stranger though.
Yeah, I hear you.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? You want to sit here? Hey, I think this one was working. That one was working. Depends on who's getting muted out and who's not getting muted.
All right, so we have Bubba Andrews here. You're the president of the Pascagoula?
Pascagoula.
Pascagoula, okay. So tell me about the hunt y'all got going, the money you got at it and everything, and how did that come about?
Okay, so this particular hunt we're at today, we're just hosting a hunt for Mississippi raccoon hunters. And today is a first day of a 2-day hunt that we'll be giving away, or the Mississippi raccoon hunters will be giving away $4,000 added purse over the next 2 days. And that's along with whatever entry fees they come in and the breakdowns of that. So little chunk of change for just a little 2-day hunt here in South Mississippi for sure.
Yeah, and it really is. And I don't know if any other state hunt for UKC has done that yet. Have they?
Not that I'm aware of.
Do you know of any?
I don't know of any
I don't.
that have done that. I know Alabama does a little bit of money, but I don't think it's $4,000.
When I first heard that, I was like, what? I sent that to somebody and they were like, no, you're lying. I was like, no, I promise.
So, and the way they got it broke down is the final 4, they'll be giving away $1,000 to the winning dog of the Final Four, and then have money added just to the Final Four. It'd be $1,000 each night, and then $2,000 goes to the Final Four. So it's a pretty substantial little pot that we're not accustomed to seeing on the UKC side of things, for sure.
No, and you're right. Like, state champion title's enough, but then, and I like that y'all are hunting the Final Four off of the two. You know what I mean? I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, we're fortunate to get to host it this year. Last year we had it slated to host it, and then we got the old hurricane. And in this part of the country, we're very weather dependent, and if the wrong kind of rainstorms come through, we'll lose about half of our hunting grounds. That's probably the best in the state, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and it's definitely the best south of the Delta. You know, I mean, it really is. I hunt where you're talking about too, so I mean, it really is awesome hunting. That hurricane really did do some damage to it.
It did. Hopefully we can avoid all the leaning trees tonight, and we can look at a lot of raccoon.
I hope so. You coming in the boat?
Oh man!
You got?
Oh yeah. We're bringing a boat.
Y'all bringing a boat too?
Yep. We're going to bring a boat. We're going to try to put. I didn't realize you were bringing a boat, so we'll have 3 casts across the river tonight. We've put some good scores up from across that river, and it's funny how the hot spot changes every year. You know, a couple years ago it was down there off of Boneyard Lake Road. We had a couple 700s come in, and then last year, dang near fist fighting over 26, had a few 700s come in.
Out of 26?
Out of 26.
I was telling them, I said, I bet you ain't going to be able to fit another dog off 26 tonight.
It's been a good spot, and people hunt it regularly, and
I know.
It seems like the coons just kind of replenish overnight.
It's crazy because, you know, and I hunt, like I said, I hunt over there off the creek, and you don't ever see nobody over there hunting. And there's some coon in there, but then you go over 26 and it's bam, bam, bam. It's like, what? It's like, how? I don't like hunting on that river because the banks are so steep. You know, it's hard to find a place to pull up, go hunting. You know, to me, it's a little bit harder than the creek. I can just pull up anywhere.
It is, unless you get a good sandbar.
Yeah. Then it's hard to find a place to tie off to.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It's catch-22s wherever you go. The high banks is slippery and muddy, and then you got to walk a ways to get to the woods if you go to a sandbar and tying off, like you said. What kind of dogs you run?
Walker.
And you?
Walker dogs.
Fellas.
Walker dogs.
What you hunting?
Y'all still using beat systems too? Or?
Yeah. I just got it last week. I just upgraded. What you talking about? I got the quick track, the small
top of the line.
Yeah. Nah, I run English dogs, man.
Okay.
Well,
I did an episode with Paul Taylor too, with Swamp Rooster. You got anything you'd like to add? Huh?
No.
Good?
Yeah.
You gonna score 700?
No, I'm not even hunting a dog. My dog's in the heat.
Oh, that's
dog. Man, this turned out to be a pretty night.
It is. It is gonna be a real pretty night.
Shouldn't be any wind.
Yeah, I hope tomorrow is just as cooperative. I don't know what the weather looks like, but
I think this weekend is supposed to be a really, really pretty weekend. Lows in the 40s, highs in the 60s.
All right, we're here at the Mississippi State Hunt, and then I'm joined by Mr. Jeremy Purvis and Josh Green. So, Josh, what are you hunting tonight?
I'm hunting a little 4-year-old dog, Mayo Singing Rock. He's off On His Daddy, me and Brian Lott. Coon Valley Singing Tapp. Rock's done a pretty good bit of winning. He's a pleasure to hunt, and he's gonna give you 100% every time you turn him loose. Some nights we get lucky, and some nights we come up short.
So you own Singing River Tapp? Tell me about Tapp.
Oh, I've had Tapp partners on Tapp with Brian Lott for, I guess, going on about 3 years. I bought him for my 15-year-old son to hunt. He's 15 now. I had no intentions of owning a stud dog, so we bought him, brought him home, started hunting him, and next thing I know, we got a stud dog. So Tapp's he's reproduced several good ones. He's, like I said, my rock dog's out of him. There's a dog out of him called Bad News Buddy that a guy not far from here used to own, Charles Taylor. He was a PKC English World Champ a couple years ago. Tapp, he's number 2 on the UKC reproducers list. He's done a good job reproducing. He's a pretty nice hound.
And what is Tapp out of?
Tapp is out of he's Fayard bred on top, and then he's some old Tapp blood on the bottom, they call it.
So Jeremy, while he's looking for that, tell me about the dog you are hunting tonight, the Walker dog. He lipper bred?
Yeah, he's lipper, straight out of old lipper. Now I'm hunting a little 3-year-old female out of my shadow dog, Pearl. She does pretty good. She's a layup kind of style of dog, so short and close. I got out of the deep and lonely stuff several years ago, so she's short and close.
And for the people that listening, you hunt dogs off Mr. Jack Smith's line, right?
Yeah.
We talked about.
Yeah, Pearl would be about the 5th generation of my dogs, somewhere in there.
All right, so tell us Tapp's pedigree now.
Tapp, he's off a dog called Fayard Zombie that guy Todd Fayard used to have. He used to do a lot of winning. He's out of the coon dogs now, but then on the bottom side, he's out of a female called Coon Valley Queen, which is where the old Tapp blood comes in. He's done his fair share of reproducing, and he's a nice hound.
And people remember Mr. Eddie Simmons was talking about Todd Fayard, the Marge dog. He was out of some of that stuff.
Yeah, Tapp
Episode
goes
3,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Tapp goes back to Madder, Marge, all that.
So what's y'all's expectations for tonight?
Well, mine is to make it through the night without getting wet. Is mine.
So, as we were saying before the mic fell,
My expectations tonight for this hunt is hopefully have a good turnout and hopefully put everybody in the coons. It'd be amazing, if everybody come back plus points. And as far as me and Rock go, I just hope we have a good 2 hours. And if we come out winners, we come out winners. If we don't, may the best dog win. Just have a good time and fellowship with people. That's what I look forward to.
yeah, I bet you ain't gonna be able to fit another dog down there on Highway 26 tonight.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of guys stepped up to guide for us tonight, and we have our local places here. We're gonna try to have everybody spread out, and like I said, hopefully everybody will look at coons tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy talking about getting wet. If you come with me, you might. We're going out of boat.
Well, I'm a flat land drought hunter, so all this water's kind of strange to me.
I'd rather wade a waist deep slough than walk up a hill. I really hope y'all enjoyed that interview as much as I did. If you like what you heard here, go on over to Facebook, give us a like at Coon Hunting U. Also, go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating and a review. It really helps us out. And remember, if you need a new hunting light, do not overlook Superior. They make an awesome light, best customer service in the business. Man, their walking light and double red is the brightest I've ever seen. Use coupon code CHU podcast at checkout at nighthunters.com. You can find the link in the description box below this. Coon Hunting University is a product of Audio Hound Productions. Until next time, y'all have a wonderful day.